Ladies and gentlemen, I was listening to a TikTok.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am sitting out here,
Okay,
and it's a wonderful
and
day.
I was listening to this TikTok, and this was talking about the fire that was about a month ago. And there was a young man, Mr. Don Killam. He liked the video, and so I wanted to go back and listen to the video to see what he appreciated. And I'm listening to the video, and I get to the part, oh God, and I can't stop laughing. And look, I even say in the video, stop laughing. That wasn't funny. But I start laughing before I make the comment. Now, mind you, I'm not knowing that I did say that at the time because it's been a while. Hold on. Give me a second.
For people who have this experience. And I know I'm not the only one. So when you guys are hearing about fires,
give me one second.
You're hearing about the so-called wind.
Hold on.
Okay, maybe she will know.
Okay, there it is right there. Hold on.
Right now, I don't suspect there to be any problems. I just have to, at the exact same time.
What's the difference between a valley and a canyon?
I don't know. You gotta go ask your mama that question. Okay, maybe she will know because I'm told that she has both.
Mama! He said that you got both a valley and a canyon! He ain't supposed to be talking like that, is he, mama?
Ladies and gentlemen,
stop laughing. That was
Sorry, I could not help but laugh at that junk. I thought that was hilarious. And even tonight, nobody's around, and I couldn't help but laugh. And I said, no, I got to talk about that. Okay? Oh, Lord. Okay, the fire is 95% contained, so we don't have any fires. We're not out of the woods yet. Fire season doesn't end until October. Okay, most of the mountainous areas around us to the south, to the north, partially to the north, but to the south and to the west, we're all burnt up. But to the north and to the east, there has been no burning. Okay, so we're not out of the woods yet. And remember, Santa Ana season hasn't started yet. Those Santa Ana winds, they blow through here too. So we haven't had that junk yet, so it ain't out of the neck of the woods yet, okay? That's the first thing. Look, it's 12 o'clock in the a.m. This is Friday, and this is the routine. I'm usually up until about 1:30, and then I go to sleep and get up at 3 or 5, or that's my routine because it's an insomnia thing. Yay! Now, I do need to talk to you guys about something. I've been trying to get you guys to understand about debt and debt collection. The law says that you have a right to verification and validation of a debt. Don't just ask for validation. Validation simply means they just need to give you the address of the creditor, tell you what the amount is that you owe, and give you the phone number and name of the creditor. Now, they don't have to actually give you the phone number, but they normally do. Here, this is how you contact them. That's it. That's validation. Validation doesn't help you. But verification says that the debt collector must provide verification of the debt. Well, a third party cannot verify anything because they are not a witness to the original transaction. It can only be somebody who's a witness to the original transaction, and a third party debt collector can only get that verification from the original creditor, and they must furnish that information to you. So at the same time as you're demanding verification of the debt, you want an accounting, a comprehensive accounting, and a list of all the collateral. Go back, look at Uniform Commercial Code for your state, Article 9, Section 210. A list of the collateral, and you want a comprehensive accounting. You want to know where the funds originated from. Well, I just did a video earlier today telling you this, and you need to pay attention. The only one who can verify the debt is the one who actually gave the money in the first place. Federal Reserve Operating Circular number 10. Thank you, Mr. Ken. Federal Reserve Operating Circular number 10. He's the one who brought that to my attention. Section 12.3 specifically states that the bank is your agent, and it pledged your promissory note on your behalf. And Appendix number 3 says that the funds came from the Federal Reserve, not from a bank, not from a lender, not from a so-called creditor, that the bank was your agent, an intermediary. Well, if the funds came from the Federal Reserve, as Section 13, subsection 13 of the Federal Reserve Act says, and Section 16, paragraphs 2 and 4 says it came from the Federal Reserve, then only the Federal Reserve can validate the debt. They have not done it one time. The alleged creditor has no standing. Even if they had power of attorney must be established and placed on the record, because standing is the number one issue. You all need to challenge their standing and demand that the original creditor verify the debt, because you're going to do a debt verification in the middle of your case through an evidentiary hearing request, because you have a right to verify the debt, because verification of the debt proves standing. And if they're going to claim you owe a debt, they must show proof. That's how you handle them from now on. Box the courts into a corner. Why? Because they can't get around it. All right, look, I got to go. I got to get some sleep. I have a consult at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, and they need my best. I had a guy today, we did a consult. He had a situation with the IRS coming after him for a reason. Can't tell you what the reason is, but what I can tell you is giving him an angle to go ahead and shut them up, and being able to prove that he can use that angle. Why? Because we have the chat GPTs now, not just the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, and so forth. But now we can verify information to kill all of their presumptions. Okay, but then I also told him the IRS says he owes about $13,000. I told him how to take care of that $13,000. It's real simple. Okay, then I spoke with another guy. He's in a situation where somebody that he loved is attempting to do something to him, and I had to give him a reason and a way around what they are attempting to do. Why? Because they're trying to hurt him, and he contacted me because he needed to know how to protect himself. Giving him several options, including, now let me tell you guys something, because some of you don't know this. Did you know that in family court, you don't have the right to a trial by jury? That's a lie. You have to demand a real judge at the very beginning of the case. You have to demand to be before it's either going to be the county court, and it's going to be either a superior court or a county district court. But you have the right to be before the county court. Why? Because family court, those are administrative judges, and the Chevron deference has already killed that issue. Now, hold on now. Family court cannot handle constitutional issues. They can only handle equitable issues. So you have to bring up constitutional issues. You have to tell them, let's say it's involving a marriage. Well, a marriage contract is a marriage license. A license is a contract. You don't believe me? Go look up the term license and check to see if a license is a contract. Well, contract falls under the right to contract clause. That's a constitutional right. It's not an equitable right. The same thing with pay attention, your mortgage. Your mortgage, your promissory note, that's a contract. Okay? In contract law, that's a constitutional issue. You have the right to a trial by jury. Go look it up. So, non-judicial foreclosures are illegal. I know. We'll talk about it more in the future. I am just, because the person did a pre-consult, and so we had to go over stuff like this. I never brought it out like this before, but I can prove it. And that's what we're going to talk about in the future, okay? So y'all just stay tuned. We got more information coming hey, there's more of you guys with foreclosure issues than anything else, and you need help. So I will do the best I can to provide you as much assistance as I can. And for those of you who are scheduling these consults, I will make sure that I do the best I can. Give you the information, focus on the information like the gentleman told me today. Man, there's a lot of information. Yes, it's going to be a lot of information. You're going to get a lot of information. He got more than what he asked for, because that's what I do. But he also got everything. Now, he did tell me ChatGPT wouldn't open up. It opened up on my end. Okay, so if you guys find that somebody gives you a link to ChatGPT or a link to something else, you're going to have to use a different program. Now, here's the problem. There is a possibility, pay attention, that when a file is being transferred, that they are corrupting the file on the transfer. So if he's still having problems tomorrow, I will send it to him through a different means. All right, the rest of you guys have a coke and a smile. We will speak to you later. I got to go to sleep. Y'all got to go. Go now. All right, get on out of here. Enough of that. Got to go in.